Good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Day Trade with Zay. I am Isaac, aka Zay, and let's get right up into it. So, I had these trades in last night, which we're up about 40 pips at a time at one point, but you could see price kind of broke through. But good thing I moved my stops to break even, and we're able to call this a break even trade. I basically lost like $1 on both positions. And yeah, we got this big push up. And I did kind of see this coming just for the simple fact that this high here, price broke above this lower high here. So then we had a break of structure. Now I was expecting price to maybe come back down to this level here and the trend line to kind of before it made its push back up to the upside here. So it did what I thought it would do in terms of getting to this daily support to resistance area right here. And yeah, so that's where we're at with that, right? Now, the thing is I really don't see a trade in terms of my strategy. I don't really like, um, when price kind of looks like this, there's not really a clear cut ILC. If I had to say there was one, it would probably be right here. Well, let's just go the way I go. So, most recent low to the most recent high. Hold on, let's go on the 15-minute and do this. So actually, something like that. So yeah, this little 15-minute would probably be what I would wait for. So, I mean, at this point, we would be waiting for price to come all the way back down, which is a bit of a huge retracement. And the thing that I see here, let me just show you. So the trade I would wait for personally would be this one here. I'd consider it a golden zone. See, it's right there in that 70% range. And this is a buy. So I'd be looking for something like this if we see price come down from here. Now the thing is, this is a daily support to resistance. And let's back up a bit. Here. So yeah, didn't quite reach up here, but you can see this is a clear daily line right here. But it looks like price should continue up if I'm just being honest, right? And I think we could honestly see price come up to these areas up top right here. Um, like if we were to kind of draw the fib out this way, we can see that there's probably a possibility it comes up here, up to this ILC here, or up to the IBC here before falling off. At least back down to this level and pushing up, or it stays above the daily at this point and keeps moving. So one thing that I learned, shout out to chart addicts, is truthfully, when the banks print money and they pump money into the economy, the first thing that we see go boom, in terms of boom, go up is stocks, indices, things of that nature. So it makes sense. They just printed a bunch of money to bail out Silicon Valley and I believe another bank, Credit Suisse, which was essentially them. But yeah, it's kind of a weird predicament that we're in right now with price action and everything that's going on. So for me, I'm not going to try and speculate anything. I did think, put it this way, 2 weeks ago, I thought for sure we were going to see a 50-point basis hike um, coming up tomorrow. I thought we would see a 50-point hike. Now, with everything going on with the banks, people are getting scared. And, for the most part, it's kind of crazy because there's a big fear of the banks going out of business, going under because of what they're doing, right? And I've always thought it was a scam. They basically, we put our money, us as depositors put our money into the bank, thinking that it's a safe space there. And for the most part, it was, right? But the tactics that the banks used in terms of, and the US dollar kind of moving away from the gold standard back in the 70s or 80s, whenever that happened. And now we're basically on this print money and there's no value behind it besides US Treasury bonds, which are going belly up because of the interest rates rising. So it's kind of like a perfect storm. of all the bullshit the US government and banking system created. And basically, what we're seeing here is there's a good chance that all the small regional banks, think about all the small credit unions and shit around your area, all of those banks would go under, and we would see essentially a mass exodus from those small regional banks to the big boys. You know what I mean? The JP Morgan Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, all those big guys. And basically, and essentially, from what Janet Yellen said yesterday, is um, we're only going to support those guys. So you're going to see that big mass exodus of movement from smaller banks into larger banks. And I think that's part of the plan because we essentially now know. Um, I mean, we've been hearing about the Fed coin, and it kind of sucks because we should have known better that with cryptocurrencies, that governments are going to have to take notice because they are just better, right? They're better store of value. They're better in terms of documentation and in terms of ledgers. But now we have the CBDC Fed coin, which is essentially all of our US dollars, all of our paper dollars and coins and all that being transferred into our phones. And once that happens, I don't like it just because I know they'll have complete control over it. And let's say we're a criminal and we just hit $1 million score. They just close your wallet or they just pull the money out because they have that control now. Or let's say for the average person, right? They're fighting paying an extra $3,000 on taxes. Well, they could just take that money from you automatically without ever telling you. Like, yeah, no, you owe us. Or let's say you're buying too much of this. We need you to start shutting it down and focusing on that. Now we know. Okay, well, it looks like price is possibly going to be, you know, pushing down. Hold on a second. Talking a little too much. Let me get my phone ready. Now I don't see anything. You can see it's on top. So you've seen resistance, resistance, resistance. Boom, support. So it could be coming down, pushing up from here. I'm not going to take the trade from there. I just don't like taking trades from at the top of it. I don't like taking buys up here. That's not my thing. I wait for retracements and then we'll see if we get a buy up there. So not much we can do now, but let's see if it flies up or flies down. There it goes. Yeah, I don't, that for me would not have been an option to take this trade up. The option would have been, it sucks because I fell asleep with all this, right? Fell asleep around this time thinking, okay, we might see a little retracement and come back up. But if I was awake to see it break through this high, break this high, and see this rejection here and use that support at this level, this is where we enter the buy at, right? And let's just go ahead and delete this. I don't think it's no longer valid, but let me show you something here. So it's simple, right? Higher high, higher high, lower low. This low broke this low. So I was looking for sales automatically. And because this area has made me a lot of money over the past week, right? So until it ain't broke, don't, if it's not broke, don't fix it, right? And but if I had seen that the price eventually came back, stopped me out at break even, but this high now broke this high, now we have a break of structure to the upside. Now let's bring out our handy dandy fib, most recent low. Whoops, that's not the fib. Bring out our handy dandy fib, most recent low to the most recent high. Boom. Right there in the golden zone, what do we have? This 5-minute candle that was used as support. Now we could take this to the upside and you are now up hundreds of pips, right? Whoa, look at that big rejection. And this might actually be, let's back out, right at the IBC. Yeah, right here. I wouldn't take this sell either, just because, I mean, we're in a downtrend overall. You could see that here when we zoom out. We are in a downtrend. But, yeah, like I said, I got to wait for confirmations to take that trade. But yeah, if we go back to it here, we can see clearly that this was the trade. And I probably, like if I seen this, I would have took my profit here, 265, called it a day, right? And we wouldn't have had this big of a stop loss. We would have had it just about 55 pips right into this wick and this wick here. That would have gave us the support we needed to push up. So that was the actual trade. And, you know, I'm okay missing it just because I'm not awake at, what time did this hit? At 1 a.m. Pacific time. So, um, yeah, so I'm not too worried about it. But as you can see, I think price is maybe focused on staying here at this point. So, yeah, I don't think we have a trade today. Now, what I do think we'll see, me personally, because I'm of the mindset that we need to see a push down, but what I would like to see is price break below, come back up here, retrace, or break a structure to the downside, do something like that. And then we could possibly see either a breakthrough here or it's going to push back up. So we'll see what happens coming up shortly, you know. It's not much happening here. Let's check out NAS real quick. NAS is somewhat the same thing right here, right? Just a big push up. Hold on a second, let me see something here. Did the same thing here at this point. Pushed it. Yeah, I could definitely see NAS going right up here. Still has to break this here, but I could see it breaking through that and making it up to this daily before falling off. So we'll see what happens. We can clearly see that price is moving that way now, so ain't none to it there. But NASDAQ, I really don't see much either, unless we see a retracement back down here. Then we could take a buy to the upside. So I didn't take this trade either. Yeah, I mean, it looks to be flying on both sides. We just missed the entry. The entry was overnight, so entry at this point. I can see it's still respecting the zone though. See that? If this 5 minute, it depends how this 5 minute finishes. If it finishes like this, then there's a good chance it can break through here and down to the downside, right? We would obviously wait for it to break through and use this as resistance to come down, right? Exactly what I said. So, whoa, look at that. Let me see something here. It's right off the 5 minute 20 EMA, and it's still using that as support, right? But I'd like to see it break through, maybe use that. Hmm. That's a nice engulfing candle right there. Very nice. I like it a lot. So let's see if it gives us an opportunity to enter at this point. Well, if it has to break through first. But if we could see it break through here, I would like to see that move the other way. kind of like the movement right here. I put a small sell in. Now this is a very, very risky trade right here, right? Small sell. Always got to make sure it's small. But what I do like is there's a good chance that we see it use this as resistance now, right? The 1 minute 50 EMA can be used as resistance. Now I can't see it coming up, but I like to see it hopefully use this as resistance and fall off. Now I'm gonna have a small stop loss. About 50 pips, fuck it. And then maybe, just maybe, we could take it down to our target. It's not really breaking it though. See what it gives us. It's a very risky trade, so please understand that. It's one, two, below, three confirmations to take this trade, which isn't much for me. So just be wary of that. And if I take this loss, I'm done for the day. So yeah. I only having $5 a pip right here. Usually I'm doing 10 to 15, well, 15 to $20 a pip. Oof, stayed on top. Let's see. I'm risking about 250 right here, which isn't too bad, right? So let's see. Like the rejection, but has to break this, right? You can see there's a clear resistance to support right here as well. So let's see if it can get under here, finish under here, move back down to the downside. Because remember, this 5 minute is finishing, right? So we like, it has a few things to break through, 5 minute 50 EMA here, but let's see what's what. Yeah, it's not breaking it. So I'm looking at the 1 minute as well. It looks good here, but I think we could possibly move our wicks a little bit down to 30 pips, just so we know. You know what I mean? Like we don't have to risk a lot here. And it's a 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. We got 3 confirmations, so we can take this trade at this point, right? And let's see something here really quick. Yeah, so it did touch the daily 20 EMA. You can see it came down or came up, tapped that, kind of rejected it. So when we look at the daily, we can clearly see how price is respecting and rejecting these areas, these specific zones right here. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it at 30 pips. Let's see what happens here. It can push up, so just remember this is a risky trade right here. It's only 3 confirmations, which for me is not a lot. Usually my trades have about 5 confirmations. So we got the rejection right here at the 20 EMA. We got a fully engulfed candle right here on the 5 minute. 15 minutes should look good. Yeah, 15 minute looks good, but I think it needs to finish down here to really give me a sense of like, okay, it's coming down because you can see it's still respecting the daily a little bit too much for my liking. So let's see what we got here. It's got to finish this way, right? And it's still not breaking this. You can clearly see it not breaking it, but let's go. Let's see if it goes for us. Now, the one thing that's kind of weird is look at all this traffic, right? So there's a lot of shit it has to get through. So this necessarily doesn't mean nothing. And you can see how it's still respecting this area, right? You can see it's still clearly respecting it, but um, I would just make sure that we understand to take profit at certain zones. I mean, truthfully, I would take profit here, 400 pips. You know what I mean? I mean, 40 pips, not 400. But yeah, you can see it's still not quite doing what I like it to do, and not a lot of movement today either. I think maybe a lot of people are waiting for the news at 7, and there's a good chance that tomorrow's probably going to be the biggest day of the year in terms of um, what the true outlook on the year is. So we'll see. Yeah, you can see it's kind of yeah. Yeah, see, I don't like that right there. Has to stay below here, so we don't need to keep it too. Shit, we might even be able to do 20 pips. I think I'm gonna close mine at 20 pips. And we'll see, or not close mine at 20 pips. I'm gonna move my stop loss down to 20 pips because we don't need to risk that much. It's either it makes its way down or it doesn't. So we're only up about 14, 10 pips right now, 8 pips. So not a lot of movement. And we do have news coming out today. You can see it's still not breaking this area. Shit, this wasn't on the board yesterday. Comes as a surprise from the source. Event added to calendar 156 minutes before release time. So I think she's gonna try and say something good. Because yesterday or whenever she said this shit, she was basically saying like we're only gonna support the big banks that we trust. All those small regional banks, we're not gonna do that shit. And they basically told her like, so you're basically saying that we are not going to support the small regional banks. We're only going to support the 13 large banks that the U.S. government deems as you know backable or whatever the fuck word I'm looking for. And that's kind of going to set a frenzy into people. So it's just got to be a matter of what the market is going to allow us to do, right? So I think she's probably going to say something that will pump the market up. So we'll see. That's going to be in about 15 minutes. And yeah, we'll see what it gives us. 5 pips. Let me see if I'm 5 pips in profit. A little bit more. Nah, fuck it. It's right around the same area. Yeah, so if this finishes this way, then I think it's coming up. If it finishes up top, like how it looks it's about to finish. So if it breaks through, I'll close my position. Pretty simple. Wasn't a big confirmation trade. And you just take the loss as it comes, right? All right. Let's see. Not quite. I think we know existing home sales are going to be low. Um, I think they're expecting what around 4 million. Let me see here. So they're expecting forecast. Okay, yeah, sorry. They're expecting 4.19 million homes sold. Month over last month. Last year was 4.0. So we'll see where we're at in terms of. I think if it's a low number, we'll see it come down pretty significantly. But yeah, let's see what's what. I like that. Sorry, let me show you guys what I'm looking at. It's just more rejections, right? So I think we're probably gonna be here, probably come up to this area here at top. So I have a small position in, right? So I think I will move it, but if you got a bigger position in than me, and price breaks above here, I would close half of it. Um, close half of the position here or wherever, you know what I mean? And then because I have a small position in, so I'm not worried about it too much. And this is about $250 to me, which is a lot of money, but in terms of my trading plan, it's not. And we could see price come up to here and then fall. So I'm gonna just wait it out. We got about 12 minutes left, 11 minutes left till this news drops. So we'll see what happens. Oh, I like that. But it's gotta break it. That's what I don't like. There's something about this area right here. What is it? This is pretty key right here because if this finishes in golf, then we know there's a good chance it pushes up and continues to push up. So we'd like to see this finish bearish in these last 40 seconds right here. Maybe we could see it come down. In about 15 seconds, let's see if it could really fall off right here. And it's not. Yeah, I don't like the way it finished, but we'll see what happens right now. 15 times 5. Something about this area that's. Yeah, I have this daily here, but there's something going on right here on this little area, which I don't like. But this little area is getting support like a mother sucker. So let's see if it could fall off. At this point, it could still push up on us. I'm up about 19 pips. All right, let's see. I mean, I still think the news is gonna be the motivating factor for it to either fall off or push up. So just be mindful of that. If you get to like 20, honestly, I would probably move my stops to break even now. So usually I wait about 30, 40 pips. So, but at this area, we know this hasn't broke shit yet. This is still in terms, for all intents and purposes, this is still a very, very significant uptrend, right? So we're going against the trend. So I don't think we should worry about catching so many pips in terms of just catching the counter trend trade and getting out, right? So if it's moving up, get in and get out if you're in a sell. If you have a buy in, leave it in. You know what I mean? But at this moment, I think we're still pretty much in a uptrend. Um, I just had a couple confirmations to take the trade to the downside, and yeah, that's why we're here. So you can see the how price is basically engulfing this now, right? Which I don't like, but let's see the hour. That actually looks really good for the hour. If it could finish that way, you know. See how it finishes. We never know what the market's gonna do. We just have a higher predictability and a higher chance of it doing what we like it to do, right? So that's the key. Yeah, it's still not breaking this, which I don't like, but let's see if it can finish real bearish these last 50 seconds. It really depends on how this finishes right here. If it finishes like this, there's still a very high probability it pushes up. You know what? We've been skipping over the 3 minute. Yep, has been using the 3 minute as support, right? So for me personally, um, yeah, man, damn. Let's just see how it finishes. We got 19 seconds left and on this candle. And not only that, we have to wait for 7 o'clock to come. So let's see what's what. Definitely don't like the way that looks. That looks like it could go up, right? So we just got to understand that. Yeah, it could come out and stop me out right now. So let's see. See if it can hold it. I'm gonna open up the. Let me bring this over here. Actually, so this is really gonna tell us what's what, right? She's gonna come up and speak. See what people are saying here. Yeah, and see the big thing that's happening right here is they're saying that they will guarantee every depositor's money in these 13 banks, right? Which is cool, but what about the other thousands? Well, there's not thousands, hundreds of banks that aren't these big time Credit Suisse or shit, even they went under, or JP Morgan or Chase and Bank of America. If it's not those, how many people are, and you got to understand, like, even for me, I bank, like, my loans are through smaller banks, right? The regional banks, because they actually allow you to they give you better rates, right? They give you better deals in terms of interest rates and things of that nature, right? But yeah, I think I just got stopped out at break even right now, guys. Um, I got stopped out right now. If you guys want to see, I'm definitely stopped out now, 5 pips. So, what do you call it? This move right here, it's kind of, it looks like it wants to come up, but we'll see right now. Um, I'll probably put in one more sell and risk it, and then we'll see what happens, depending on how these finish here. Got 2 minutes left. I still like this 15-minute a lot. So if we could see this thing finish under here, that's great for me. So got a nice engulfing candle here, 30-minute. I like the 15 and 30. It looks a little indecisive, but it's still engulfing. So hopefully we see it finish below here, and we can take the trade down. But yeah, so the thing is, I think there's truly a chance that this is all part of their plan, and that we see I think we could see something very, very, very drastic um, happening. And I think they're going to stop the bleeding and put a band-aid on it today and tomorrow. But I think there's going to be grave consequences to depositing all that money back in all these banks and doing all that shit. So we shall see what happens. Let me stop this at break even. All right, 659. If I can, I might be down, to be honest. If it comes up here, not that big of a risk either. Let's see here. 35 pips. I'll take that risk. And hopefully it breaks through all this. Moves on down to the downside. Either way, getting in here or here, and I'm having a small stop loss, so excuse me. All right, it's go time. See what happens. Hasn't came up yet. Let's see what it says. Damn. So there was actually more homes that bought yesterday. Or sorry, what am I saying? Existing home sales 4.58 million instead of the forecast of 4.19. So that's pretty big right there, right? Um, I mean, I think that's a good thing. So, uh, not that much movement for this happening, but see here. I haven't put nothing in yet. You know what? Fuck it. We're at zero for today, so put a little trade in right now. I'm only risking 30 pips, 35 pips. So if it blows past this, it blows past this. We could definitely see it move up past all, through all this shit. So I'm in the trade now. I got a pretty nice position actually, but yeah, I think it might be pushing up. But I'm not worried about it too much. I see a little bit of confirmations right here to go ahead and take this trade. So I'm in it. Let's see what happens. I'm up about 12 pips right now. Is that about right? Yeah, just about. See what happens here. All right. It has to break through this. If it doesn't, then, it is what it is. All right, let's see if it goes. That's a very nice entry right there, huh? Huh. But it has to break this. See, that's not enough right there. It's still on top of the daily right there. I need it under the daily. See how it plays out. I'm up about 30 pips. I'm moving my stops to break even at this point. Um, we don't know what's going to happen. So stops are going to break even. I'm in at 579. So stops are automatically going to break even right now. Let's see what happens. Whoa, shit, son. See if we can make it down. Um, I kind of like 513 as a take profit area, so that's about 8 pips away. I'm gonna take profit at 513 at 515. Yeah, I just took some profits right now. Stops are moved to break even at this point. And remember, we're going against the trend right now, so we could see it. Um, it could just not go our way, right? So you got to understand that. Let's go. See if we can break through all this. Let's go. I just closed some more profit. I ain't even gonna lie. So let's see what happens here. These are all key areas, right? So the goal is to just make this money, and we got to understand where we're at with it. We're up 100 pips now. No, this is off a little bit. I'm up 90 pips here. Oh no, that's about right. Yeah, I think it's just behind a little bit, but it could push up from here, right? The thing is that I don't like is that we have this whole mess right here, right? All this shit is just a mess right here. So that's why I technically like to take it down to this area here. Hopefully we can. You see, it's hasn't broken the 5 minute yet either, right? So um, I am pretty happy with the profits that we're at. We're at 1,000 for the day, um, which I'll take. Let's just see if it could continue down. I like our entry. Our entry is very, very beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. But let's see if it can hold its weight right here because it's respecting this area a lot, right? And still a lot of time here to fucking reverse and push back up on us because we are in an uptrend. I'm just expecting price to kind of make its way back down because, we just need a retracement. I mean, we don't need it, but yeah, I don't like that. We need to see this finish below it, right? Finish below this, and then we can make our way down here. So see what happens. Hey, E Rich, thank you for hopping on with me, man. Appreciate it a lot. Were you able to catch this trade, bro? If you were able to catch this trade, let me know right here in the chat. I would appreciate it, man. Now the big thing is yeah, we could see the retracement up. I'm hoping it stops here, right? Right at this at these breaker candles here. This support level here. Hopefully it uses it as resistance and falls the fuck off. But we do got a nice little entry up here. So let's see what happens. Uh let's see if we can get on board with what Yellen is saying here. Can't have that. All right, hey, cool, man. I'll go ahead and check out Instagram in a little bit once we're done trading here. Um, Appreciate it. I hope you're able to take something from today. All right, Yellen speaking. See what she's talking about. Ah, shit, my kids are waking up. It's about to get loud up in this bitch. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, my boy? What's up, my girl? What's up, my boy? Good morning. So now right here, hopefully we see this thing fall off. We want to see it fall. Use it as resistance and fall. Say fall. Say fall. I'm having a hard time paying attention to this, but if you don't mind, Rich, my kids are going to be on. No TV, baby. Turn it off. Because you're already going to be late. I got to make you breakfast, okay? Let's see if this, really what I want to see is this fall off right here. Because if it breaks through here, then we know it's going to push up. So really what we need is for this level to stand pat, which is kind of doing right here, right? We got the EMA, 1 minute EMA, along with the daily. Go ahead and make yourself some breakfast, baby. I don't know what she's saying. I can't hear anything, so. What's up, my boy? You want some agua? Go pee, baby. Sorry. So this is an emergency meeting right here, right? So we just got to understand that. I think what she's going to say is going to be great for people's ears. You know what I mean? So I think I'm going to take some more profits. Oh, let me let this finish. Let me let this 15-minute candle finish. That looks good, right? 15-minute here. but it's not breaking the EMAs, right? See what happens. You could see it fly. She just finished. I don't know what she said, but she could fly. There you go. You want a cracker? There you go. All right. Well, I think it looks like it's coming up. I'm pretty sure she said something that everybody's gonna like to hear. Um, so for me, I'm gonna pull some of my profit and leave this trade in here. But I think we could see a push up at this point. We gotta understand what the market's doing, right? So should I just close the whole thing? I don't know. I don't know. Let me hold on a second. Let's see if it can break through right here. This is the biggest thing. See if it can break through. Come on. Come on. All right, I like that. Break through that motherfucker. Come on. Come on. Let's go, baby. 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 Daddy. Say daddy. 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 Rock you. I just closed some more profit right now at this level. The rest is going to be ready. Hey, you're doing too much, man. You're doing too much. There you go. Oh, shit. That thing flying, boy. I should have waited. I got me an extra 100. Let's go. Let's see if this thing could break it, right? I mean, it still hasn't broken everything it needs to, but I like the way it looks. So we're up right now. We're up about 95 pips, close to it. So let's see. But hey, you guys, got the runner in. We're up 100 plus pips. I think I've left everybody in a good position here. If you tuned along with me, thank you, thank you, thank you for tuning in with me. And yeah, pretty stoked about where we're at right now. Just hit 100 pips right now. Well, let's see if we could close at I want to close at least one position at 100 pips, right? So let's see. Zoe, did you make your food, baby? Let's go. 1,500 for the day. I like it. So now this is going to be ran through to my runner, which just call it 140 pips away, 50 pips away, whatever it is. Yeah, let's see what happens. Hopefully it comes down. You can watch it later after you do your homework and stuff. All right, let me get off of this so we can get ready. All right, peace out, everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, and we'll see what's cracking for tomorrow. Thank you guys again, man. Big news tomorrow at 5:30, so please tune in for that. Not sure if I'm going to trade it or not. If it gives us an opportunity to trade it, then we'll hop in. But until then, thank you guys. You guys have yourselves a good one, man. Thank you.